Hello, my good people. How are you guys doing? How is your day been? Hope everything is working out for you. Yes, thank you. As long as you are truthful, as long as you are not working against anybody, your day will always be good. Thank you. Thank you, my fans. Thank you, my subscribers. Thank you, my well wishers. And thank you, my fans and lovers of this channel. I thank you for tuning in now. If this is your first time of tuning in here, this is Dan Speaks Common Sense TV, where we analyze and say things the way it is. So thank you, my good people. Yes, let's go straight to what we are here today. You see, wonder shall never end. And when you are genuine, people don't like you. You see, Simon Ekpa, that guy is a very great and wonderful human being. This is a guy that tries to save his people. This is a guy that is working towards freeing his people from bondage and slavery. And the people that are so-called one Nigerians don't like it. That is why they have lied against him. That is why they are doing all the propagandas against him. But I'm telling you, God is alive and God is not sleeping. That guy, as long as he's innocent, he will be free. I'm telling you, he will be free because I know that God is with him. But let me tell you, the saboteurs, the propagandalists, those people who betrayed him, you're not going to go free from the hands of God. Could you imagine the Nigerian medias, human beings, men and women, that call themselves professionals, that call themselves educated men, who stay at the news channel and lie against a citizen that they're supposed to be defending? Because what? Because politicians are giving them money to do the dirty job. What a disgrace. What a mess. Do you guys know it's a shame in the media and news that somebody who call himself or herself an editor or newscaster will lie against somebody because he was bribed, because she was paid to do the damage control? Now, why? Nigerian newscasters, you people, they shame me. More especially TVC News. TVC News. Wow, that is a shame that you guys can say this open lie against Simon Ekpa. Lie. But I'm grateful that Finland newspaper has debunked that lie, that you guys lied and says Simon denounced IPU being an IPOP or prime minister for the Biafrans. You say he denied it, but that was a lie. He did not deny anything. Just a propaganda, just a lie to paint the guy black. But let me tell you, you will never deceive his followers. You will never deceive the Biafrans, the over 50 million that have voted for referendum. That is one thing you guys don't know. And it's going to be a very big blow after all these things you guys are doing and it didn't work out good for you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you, everybody. I will allow you to listen this fake news that TVC has propagated against this gentleman that is innocent in Finland. I want you to go ahead and listen to it, my good people. And write on your comment what you think and how you feel. Don't fail to do so. Thank you, and bye for
protest. Separatist agitator Simon Ekpa told a Finnish court that he is not a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He's just a content creator. Ekpa, who has been at the center of countless online videos calling for sit-at-home protests and threatening violence across Nigeria's southeast, is now claiming all that he was doing was content and it was simply for leisure. According to media reports, his legal team in Finland is arguing that the videos he published were not real-world directives, but online content purely meant for entertainment.
The subservient shame of Nigerian media. TVC News' false report on Simon Ekpa, a stacked betrayal of ethical and investigative journalism. Welcome to Biafran Voice 247 TV. The moment I encountered a video report from Duknusing, I harbored a fleeting hope that this might be the long-awaited opportunity to witness irrefutable video evidence of Simon Ekpa deny his affiliation with IPOB before a Finnish court. I reasoned that despite TVC News' notorious reputation for disseminating falsehoods, a Nigerian national television station might at last substantiate its audacious claim that Simon Ekpa agreed to be merely a content creator. I resolved that if this report presented compelling evidence during its 7-minute and 7-second duration, I would promptly retract my support for Simon Ekpa, extend apologies to those with whom I'd engage in fervent debates, and permanently deactivate my social media accounts. Yet, as the adage goes, a pig has never birthed a lion. True to form, TVC News failed to produce or broadcast any video of Simon Ekpa making such claims, confirming the deplorable extent to which Nigerian media outlets propagate misleading narratives. It is profoundly shameful and a grave affront to ethical journalism for a national television station to base its reports on mere hearsay. Why would an institution like TVC News rely on tweets from anonymous individuals, devoid of credible evidence, and still be regarded as a mouthpiece of nation? Such practices are indefensible. It is now indisputable that ethical journalism is virtually non-existent in Nigeria. These media houses are nothing more than government lemmings, utterly bereft of the core principles of investigative journalism, truth and accuracy, and public interest and accountability. Investigative journalism demands an unwavering commitment to uncovering and reporting truth grounded in verifiable facts, evidence, and data. A principled journalist prioritizes accuracy over sensationalism or haste, ensuring reports are credible and trustworthy. Yet, TVC News, alongside its peers in Nigerian media, indulges in copy and paste and click-farming journalism. Such practices erode public trust, propagate misinformation, and prioritize profit over truth. They fuel societal polarization, undermine informed decision-making, and diminish accountability. By relying on unverified viral assertions rather than substantiated evidence, these outlets risk fostering division, confusion, and erosion of democratic discourse. Click-farming and dependence on public or viral assertions undermine the ethical and moral foundations of investigative journalism, prioritizing sensationalism and profit over substance, and distorting facts to capture attention. True journalism hinges on inculpatory evidence, rigorous fact-checking, and objective analysis to deliver reliable, trustworthy reports that enlighten rather than mislead the public. This is precisely what Nigerian media AIT Online, Sahara Reporters, Guardian Nigeria, Arise News, Channels Television Premium Times, Punch newspapers, Vanguard News from A to Z lacks, each outlet a subservient cog in the government's propaganda machine. When it comes to propagating lies and propaganda against the Biafra agitation, Matsi Namdi Kanu, Igbos, these media houses operate with unrestrained zeal, their narratives flowing like an open faucet. Yet, In the same Nigeria where Fulani militia herders Boko Haram/ISIS and ISWAP terrorists have been slaughtering innocent civilians and soldiers in states like Benue, Plateau, Taraba, Kogi, Enugu, and Ebonyi, TVC News remains conspicuously silent. Reports indicate that since President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's inauguration, Nigeria has endured staggering violence, with estimates of 7,472 to 13,346 lives lost and 9,207 to 12,584 individuals abducted across conflicts involving Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram bandits, and other terrorist groups from northern Nigeria. Despite this carnage, TVC News has failed to produce comprehensive reports on these atrocities, reserving its vigor for baseless attacks on Simon Ekpa, a figure who has courageously exposed their complicity to the world. The truth remains unassailable. Simon Ekpa is the man who halted the ethnic invasion of the Southeast. His resolute approach thwarted the efforts of arms-wielding sociopaths, funded by the federal government of Nigeria, to sow chaos in our region. Simon Ekpa is poised to emerge as a hero, an international one whose victory is imminent. While TVC News peddles fabrications, Ekpa's efforts have cast a global spotlight on the Biafrans' plight, challenging the narratives of a media that grovels before a misleading government. The Nigerian media, epitomized by TVC News, has forsaken its sacred duty to hold powerful institutions accountable, opting instead to serve as a conduit for government propaganda. This betrayal of public interest and accountability is a blight on the nation's conscience, a stark reminder that true journalism in Nigeria has been supplanted by subservient propaganda that thrives on lies, click farming, and sows division.
In a twist that has left many Nigerians both amused and outraged, separatist agitator Simon Ekpa told a Finnish court that he is not a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He's just a content creator. Ekpa, who has been at the center of countless online videos calling for sit-at-home protests and threatening violence across Nigeria's southeast, is now claiming all that he was doing was content and it was simply for leisure. According to media reports, his legal team in Finland is arguing that the videos he published were not real-world directives, but online content purely meant for entertainment. Now, this is coming as Finnish prosecutors push for a 6-year jail term, accusing Simon Ekpa of public incitement to commit crimes with terrorist intent and participating in a terrorist group. Now, IPOB has since distanced themselves from him, and its leadership says that Ekpa no longer has ties to their organization and that his actions have caused more harm than good. As this trial unfolds, the court's final decision will, of course, set a precedent on how international jurisdictions handle politically charged content in the digital age. What is interesting to me is to see that there are real-life consequences for digital character, if you ask me. I think I don't know if this is cunning or if this is a convenient defense on his part, but his actions and his incitement did have real-world consequences and were very inflammatory. Let's take a look at social media. @Afam says, just finished listening to Simon Ekpa's court proceedings and I'm honestly in disbelief. During cross-examination, he completely distanced himself from IPOB, claiming he's merely a content creator. According to him, everything he's done was simply acting, nothing more. That doesn't sound like a very courageous leader to me. We'll take one more tweet. @Nadre says, this is not only insulting, it's cowardice at the highest level. People have died, schools shut down, businesses collapsed, and entire communities lived in fear, all based on the commands of a man now pretending it was all for entertainment. Team, this is very, very interesting.
And for Simon Ekpa, I've seen some of his videos, very inciting videos, and you call that content creation? Maybe he should go to school again to find out what the meaning of content creation is all about, because to me, those things he did is not content creation, it's inciting a society.
I mean, a number of businesses were destroyed as a result of his statement. A number of people lost their lives as a result of his statement. People could not go out of their houses, so businesses were lost. Billions of naira lost as a result of his kind of entertainment. Mm-hmm. What are we saying? What is entertainment? In fact, those that are defending him, where is your conscience? That's my concern. People have lost their life as a result of your kind of entertainment and your kind of content creation. And you stay in your house, dancing in your videos, inciting people, and you have the guts to say it is entertainment? How? I recall that this man in prison had actually said that he has no connection with Simon Ekpa. He mentioned it several times in court because he's being prosecuted as we speak. So I do not want to talk about him that much. But it is sad to see that Simon Ekpa is speaking in this manner and his defense counsel are also speaking in the same light. We must see justice not just done, but seen to be done at the end of the day, because he has to give account for the lives and the properties that were destroyed.
I want to start with Mr. Ekpa, because I've seen his videos on social media, and Olamide, trust me, when I came, that was yesterday, I came across a post on social media that said he was creating content. I was totally, I don't even want to use the word I want to use. First of all, we can call him a coward because he made all these things. He made all these things, and then now he sees that problem is coming and he's saying it's content. It was not content. It was never content. I don't know if he understands the impact of those videos he was making, the impact he had on many people. I don't think he gets it. And anybody that supports him as well, I would join the person to the bandwagon and say that it's really inhuman because it's not content. And I pray that the law really takes, the stage on him and what he did, because you cannot say that is content. We see content on social media, but there's a limit to content you create as well. So I really hope that he faces the law on this one.
For Mr. Ekpa, well, I think the guy was just trying to downplay content creation. Maybe he needs to redefine what he defines as content creation, because at the end of the day, you cannot be putting such kind of violent, vile, viced languages out there on air, and then at the end of the day, you say that it was an entertainment. Man, that cannot be an entertainment that leads to loss of lives and property. So I think we need to look at this again. Again, the government, when they talk about regulating social media space, some of us, raise a hue. But look at what this has done. This was on social media for a number of periods. And then we've seen the after effect of that. Should we then go back to regulating that? Or should we reschool ourselves as to what should be the kinds of content we put out? What we do at an individual level has effect at a cross-border level. So we need to be sure what we do so that everybody feels safe at the end of the day.
Indeed, and some might argue that this is an insult on Nigerians' intelligence. To tell us, we watched you make inflammatory remarks, and to come and have that sort of defense in court is absolutely unacceptable. In a twist that has left many Nigerians both amused and outraged, separatist agitator Simon Ekpa told a Finnish court that he is not a leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He's just a content creator. Ekpa, who has been at the center of countless online videos calling for sit-at-home protests and threatening violence across Nigeria's southeast, is now claiming all that he was doing was content, and it was simply